What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea and welcome back to your player ratings, which would have been the London Stadium, but
Jack was pissed.
yeah, Jack was pissed out his fucking head. So we had to wait for him to sober up. So, 6 hours later, we're here in Louis' flat. Let's go straight to player rating so we can go to bed because I got on 9 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah. Let's start in goal. Kepa, what are your thoughts on him?
Today, actually not too bad at all. I think he was good when called upon. Made a very smart save in the second half near post. It was, I think, kept us in the game at times. I think I would give him. I wouldn't say it was a stellar performance, but I'd give him a 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right, calm. Let's go straight to the back four. Let's start with Azpilicueta. Now, I thought this wasn't Azpilicueta's it wasn't one of his best games. Defensively, he was alright when it came to one-on-ones and everything, but I thought the crossing let him down today. I thought West Ham were exposing not just him but Alonso, both fullbacks, with the spacing behind they were leaving behind because they were going forward.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it was one of his worst games, but I do think he got caught out a couple times.
If we base it on how good he is and how how he usually plays, then you'd probably say about a 5 or a 6 today, to be honest with you. Based on his consistency, and today just wasn't there, obviously. So I'd go. It was a 0-0, so I'm going to go middle of the ground and 5.
5.
Probably a bit harsh, but I think it was bog standard.
Nah, 5's fair. I'd agree with you. Let's go on to David Luiz now. He's coming to criticism a lot this season. Most of the attacks from West Ham were coming through the wings. So it wasn't really the case that Rudiger or David Luiz is getting caught out or exposed. What are your thoughts on him today?
Right, the one thing I'd say about David Luiz is that in this game alone, there was one chance where West Ham had to win the game. And that was the Yarmolenko header, which he should have scored. And David Luiz was probably at fault, if not definitely at fault. So, I mean, I know that's one thing out of most of the game, but it was obviously a big moment and it could have changed the result of the game. So again, I'd probably say, do you know what? I don't want to be too harsh and give a 4, but just weighing up the options, I think that's the way it's got to be. I'd hate to say it, I think it probably is worthy of a 4 today.
No, Luiz?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know.
Actually, no. Thinking about it, because I think with the way this performance has been this season, I don't think him or, to be honest, any of the defence are really to blame for the result today. I won't really.
No, it was an all-round.
There was that issue we were talking about. There was that moment me, you, and Lou were talking about in the sofa review. We were talking about the Yarmolenko free header that was his fault. Yeah. Other than that, didn't really think it was the worst performance from today. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, alright, I'd say 5 then, because again it was probably only as good as a 5, really.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on 5. Let's go to Rudiger now. He had to come off early because of the injury. Sorry, from the sound of it, it sounds like Rudiger's hopefully going to be back for the Liverpool League game. Yeah. What were your thoughts on his performance today?
I didn't think he was awful, to be honest, I thought he definitely felt the effects of playing on Thursday. Yeah. Which is one of many. But I didn't see anything particularly. I'm pretty sure he made a couple of good tackles. But apart from that, I don't really remember too much about his performance. Again, I'd say 5 again.
I'd say 5 for both of them are fair. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say 5 for both of them are fair. Going on to the left back, Marcos Alonso. Now, Alonso played a good period of the game on Thursday, and I think fatigue showed itself there. I thought Alonso was slow when he was on the ball. I thought he got caught out a couple of times just as well as Azpilicueta. Didn't think it was one of his best games today, but it's understandable because he's played 2 games in the space of 4 days. Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to cut Alonso some slack here because I think he's been one of our best players this season. So yeah, it was a bit of an off day today. It's a shame because that was probably a game where he really could have shone. Yeah. But you know, it's it is what it is at the end of the day, and that's the way he played. So again, I'm torn between a 4 and a 5. I'm not sure, because I think he was probably one of the weakest in the back line today. And based on the ratings I've already given, I'd say 4. It feels a bit harsh, but I think it's probably the right way to go.
I'm thinking because, yeah, you know what, to be honest, I'll agree with you on that. Moving on to the midfield now, let's start with Jorginho. Now, Jorginho apparently broke 2 records today, most amount of passes and most amount of touches in a Premier League game. But there wasn't any key passes today. Like we were saying, West Ham did frustrate us today. They made it very hard for ourselves, and Jorginho's passes maybe didn't have the same impact that he usually has.
Well, based on the fact that he supposedly did break those 2 records, I'd say you've got to give him credit for that, to be honest with you. I'd say, obviously, again, he's played a lot better. We know that. 6, though, I'd say. 6. I mean, potentially, I'd feel like giving him a 7. That's probably a bit generous, just because he broke that record. I mean, fair play. It's not easy. It's not an easy task to do.
Yeah, but I felt like he was a bit more tired today. He was one of the players who played on Thursday as well. I don't feel like he had the same impact as he usually does.
Yeah, I'll go 6 then. I'll go 6, because I don't think he was awful.
I'm not going to say he was awful. But I don't think he had the same impact that he usually has.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same about the next 2, in fact. I'd probably link them together.
Kante and
in terms of rating, yeah.
Now, Kante, I can understand as well, because he did play on Thursday. Kovacic, on the other hand, was rested.
Kovacic should have been better. He was good, actually. He wasn't bad. He did come in for a few chances in the box. And there was one, if I'm not mistaken, he was onside, and he either put it over the bar or the keeper saved it. So he was getting himself in some good positions in the box, actually. Kante, but again,
West Ham did make it hard for him. I will give him that.
Yeah, but I'd say that they probably both had the same rating, to be honest. And I didn't see much.
You're going for 6s across the board from midfield.
Yeah, I think so. At the end of the day, most of the game was played in midfield, and they had most of the ball. So
yeah, okay, I'll give you that then. Let's go to Willian now. And Willian, he was the one who definitely looked tired. He looked out of it today for me.
Do you know, it's interesting, because I agree and disagree on that. I think that there was parts where, looking back on highlights of today, I think Willian actually was one of the few who showed actually something now and again. Okay, yeah, what you were saying, maybe his link-up play and his actual bringing players into the game wasn't very good, but I mean, rough with a smooth for me on this one.
Yeah.
What do you think? And I'll tell you, you say what you think, I'll say what I think, and then we could probably meet.
On Willian?
Yeah.
I thought Willian's decision making was inconsistent. I thought there was a lot of times where he was a bit too selfish on the ball. But I also, it's another one of the players I understand. He was one of the players who played on Thursday, and it's obvious that if you're playing 2 games over the space of 4 days, you're not going to be as good as you're meant to be.
Yeah.
Which is why for him, Kante, Jorginho, Alonso, I understand, because they all played. So, for me, this wasn't the best performance of Willian, but like I said, you can understand it.
Yeah. What would you go for then?
As a rating, I'd be edging between a 4 and a 5 for Willian.
I was going to say 6, so I think we should meet in the middle.
You want to go 5?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
We'll go 5. Hazard, now, a lot of people saying Hazard didn't have a good game today. I'd say he didn't have a good game by his standards, but I don't think he had a bad game today. He still saw a lot of the ball, he was still beating a lot of West Ham players. But it's just a case he had to drop too deep to collect the ball. He just had too much to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really got too much to add on that, because you've pretty much summed up perfectly for Hazard.
Rating?
Based on the fact that he was rested, I'd say it's 6.
6?
Yeah,
right,
because cool. if he'd shown a little bit more, if he'd played as well as he did against Cardiff, then the rating would have... Well, actually, I'll say against Cardiff, Cardiff is a perfect rating.
10.
Yeah, so... I suppose that's quite hard to compare to, but based on some of the other performances that he's had this season, it definitely wasn't up to his standard. So 6.
Alright, what about Giroud? Now, Giroud, he had to drop deep to collect the ball as well, but because of his link-up play with Hazard, that's the main reason why he's started to become our starting striker over Morata because of his link up with Hazard. Both of them having to drop deep to collect the ball. No one's really making runs in behind. No one's really linking up with each other because neither of them are in the final third, which is why both of them looked out of it.
Yeah, well, that is in part to West Ham's setup.
Yeah,
they
credit to them, sadly, but they played well.
Yeah, we hate to say it, but yeah, they did defend quite well. I actually expected more from Giroud today, if I'm honest. I really thought this was the game where he could get physical with them West Ham centre backs. So I was a little bit.
Here's the thing. What's the target, man? If there's no one making those runs in behind for you to feed the ball into, that's the thing. You're holding the ball up for what?
But that comes to the question of service, and that's what a lot of people have been slaying Morata for. And I don't think I think
there's a wider discussion.
You know, yeah. I'd say 5.
5. Now you know what? 5's the right rating for me. I wouldn't say Giroud had a bad game, but I'd say it's the sort of game. I'd say it's the sort of game that didn't suit him.
Yeah. Do you know? Actually, I'm gonna give him a 6 actually, because I think it would be harsh for me to underrate him compared to the midfielders.
Bubble job.
Generous man, me. Generous man. Well, mind you, I'd be giving everyone 10s if I was that generous, but fuck that. Right, subs.
Yeah, let's quickly roll off the subs now. Ross Barkley had a great chance towards the end of the game, but what do you think his impact was?
Yeah, long shot. That's it.
That about it?
Yeah.
Alright, come, let's go straight into rain then.
5.
5, alright, let's go into Alvaro Morata now. Came on, didn't really do much.
Oh, yeah. God.
I love the way that Lewis looked at me as soon as he said Alvaro Morata.
I wanted to see what your face was.
Oh, man. Do you know what? I'm going to just let you do it, this one. I don't even want to... I feel like I'm going to slander him and I don't want to do that.
I'm not going to slander him, but he came on, he didn't really do much, and that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, that pretty much is it.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5. Now, last...
In fact, no, 4, I think.
4?
Yeah, I think...
It's up to you, I'll give you
I think that he should have been more influential 4.
Alright, calm. Yeah. Let's go to the last substitute, Gary Cahill. Came on for Rudiger. Rudiger had to come off because of an injury. How do you think he slotted in?
I was actually relatively... I'd say I was relatively impressed, actually. Because he hasn't really got much game time, has he, so far? So yeah. I thought he was alright, to be fair. I didn't really see any mistakes from him, to be honest with you.
Can't really pinpoint what he did wrong, but I don't really think he had much that he had to do in order to create an impact. Because remember, West Ham weren't really coming forward a lot during the game.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We were on the front foot for pretty much all that second half. So
yeah.
5 again. He didn't really need to. It's a book stand performance at the end of the day. If I feel like
overall, it's just an average performance.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not great.
I feel like if somebody's put in just a general performance, it merits a 5 or a 6. So for that reason, I'd probably say 5. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't do anything special. So,
alright, guys. Well, these are your player ratings for West Ham 0, Chelsea 0. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with any of the comments that we made. Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Jack's socials, Louis' socials, my socials as well. And I will see you guys at Anfield on Wednesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you very, very soon. Up the Chelsea.